Hi, I'm Derek and welcome to another drum lesson, and today I want to show you my 4 jazz ride cymbal figures. Let's start. So, one important thing in front, I play the right cymbal or the hi-hat with my left hand. So I'm kind of open-handed player or leading with my left hand, but you can adapt it and I will show it here on this right cymbal, and then you can see my motions or the motion in my hand. Okay, let's start. So the first right cymbal figure I recommend most of my students when they start to play jazz is just to play each stroke coming or playing with your wrist. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I play with my thumb showing up to the ceiling, and because it's less weight on your hand, instead of playing the cymbal like this, then you have too much weight or too much power, okay? And I use this tiny motion with the wrist, a little bit maybe a rotation motion with the forearm, and yeah, so that's it. And don't hold the stick too tight, okay? You don't want to choke the sound, otherwise it would sound like this. So I recommend this figure when you're starting to play jazz, then you have full control over all strokes, and for me it's more like for slower, medium, maybe medium up tempos, okay? But let's check the next figure. Now here is the second right cymbal motion I play a lot, and on beat number 1 and 3 I play an upstroke, and on 2 and 4 I'm accenting, because that's a cool place, rhythmical place to accent, because then we're together with a hi-hat. And then I play a combination of an open hand. I use the rebound, so it's up, so now the hand is open or the fingers are open. Then I play one more finger bounce stroke, and then I close the hand again, playing an upstroke. It's more like a snapping motion. Okay, in a very slow tempo, the complete figure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So for me, this figure is maybe it's a little bit more fragile because it's a lot of space you are creating in your hand. And I play this figure when it's more like a medium tempo, or even if you play up tempo. For me, it's the same motion. For example, when I play it in a medium tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or an up time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like this cymbal figure a lot because it creates a lot of overtones. The stick is in a very loose grip, okay, and yeah, I like this motion and the sound and also the phrasing or the accent pattern, because you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, because you're really pushing the 2 and 4. Okay, let's go to the next ride cymbal pattern. So the next one is, I've learned it as the Elvin Jones ride pattern. So we're accenting now the last triplet of beat number 2 and number 4. So some call it this skip note or this extra note between the quarter notes, okay? So now I'm also switching the motions or the pattern of the motions. Instead of lifting the stick or playing upstroke on 1 and 2, we are now playing the upstroke on 2 and 4. And this is how it looks like in a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this creates a totally different flow and groove. For me, it's again like holding the stick very loosely in your hand, okay? That it has some space, but it's not as with this ride cymbal pattern before. It's not this open thing really, because I don't have the time. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So I work with a rebound, which comes with the accent, but the rebound, the energy of the rebound pushes the wrist a little bit backwards, so it's not like opening the fingers. So you can stop the stick a little bit after the accent, that it's not too much of this motion, or you let the stick rebound in the hand. So the first one is to let the stick and the hand rebound. And the second version is I try to stop this rebound motion, okay? So the first one, or the pattern I've just did, is on 1 and 3 you have a little bit more accent and more sound, okay? But if you want to work out this skip, this extra loud accent note just a little bit more, then I would recommend this version. So it's so right after the accent, I stop this rebound motion, okay? And then I can play a very soft, it's like dropping the stick after the accent, so it's... So for me, this is a very special motion and special accent pattern, and most of the time you connect it with Elvin Jones. But for me, in a more modern jazz swing setting, I play very often this ride cymbal pattern. Okay, and now let's check the last ride cymbal pattern. And this for me is, yeah, like a combination of different modern jazz drummers I've watched on YouTube and sometimes on concerts. So the basic motion for me is to play or let the stick bounce back on the cymbal. So it's more or less like full stroke. So I'm playing, for me it's the feeling playing out of the cymbal instead of playing. So play into the cymbal and then raise the stick directly before the next stroke. I'm doing now a different motion, so I'm playing in full stroke. So let the stick directly rebound. So it's this creates totally different overtones, okay? Playing into the cymbal, maybe it's, if you have a very thin and washy cymbal, then maybe this playing into the cymbal, maybe it's not the right choice. Maybe you play this full stroke version. Of course, you have to experiment and find your own motions and sounds, of course. And when I want to play these extra skip notes, then I'm doing a short open close technique, okay, with a snap back up motion. So what I'm doing is so I play 2 full strokes in the first 2 quarters, and then when I'm doing this extra skip note, this extra note, then I'm doing a quick combination of an open stroke, and then quickly after this I snap close the hand. Okay? Again, sounds and looks like this, so it's so one big advantage of this technique for me is that you have more freedom playing these between this shuffle or skip notes between the quarter notes, okay? Because yeah, you can play like this. Okay, and this is also for me a more modern approach of playing the swing ride cymbal pattern, and I play this in a maybe medium or slow, maybe a little bit faster tempo, not very fast. Okay, the great jazz kids, they can play it in a faster tempo, but I'm still training to play it faster with this open close snap motion. And yeah, let's see in the next chapter how you can work with these motions. Okay, now I will show you my approach how to work with these cymbal patterns. And of course, there are a lot more ride cymbal patterns back then when I've studied in the Netherlands with René Kremers and Joop van Erven. Joop was one of the best drum teachers I've ever had. So he showed me, I think, at least 5, 6, 7 ride cymbal techniques. So this was Philly Joe Jones, this was this and that. So some figures I forgot and some are still in my playing, okay? And I just show you my personal favorite ride cymbal patterns, and this is how I practice them. So the first step is to choose or pick one ride cymbal pattern which you like or which makes the most sense right in the moment for you, okay? You want to practice maybe like a slower tempo with a lot of control, you want to play uptime or medium tempo, and then just choose or pick one ride cymbal pattern and stay with this, okay? So this is very important for me, or I find it very important that you stay with one pattern and stay for a longer period of time, okay? That you really train your muscle memory to play with this ride cymbal pattern. Okay, so let's say we're starting with the first pattern. So you play each stroke with your wrist, and then you pick one drum method, so the famous stick control book or Tadreed Syncopation or The Art of Drumming by John Riley, or this is also another great drum book for really diving deep into this motion. So it's from Robert Kaufman, The Art of Drumming, and it's a jazz drum book, but there's a lot of text in it, and I recommend it. So it's fantastic. I've learned a lot out from this book. Okay, let's start, or let's say we are practicing with a John Riley book, the first phrase of the comping exercises, and I will show you all 4 ride cymbal patterns with the first 2 bars of these comping exercises. Okay, so the first one I will play now in my cross position that you can see the hand better. So I play each stroke with my wrist, have a loose grip, and the phrasing or the accents are all even. Okay, so then I play the hi-hat on 2 and 4 and the bass drum on soft quarter notes, so-called feathered bass drum, feathering bass drum. Let's start with the John Riley comping exercise number 1, the very first one, and I play 2 bars of this ride cymbal bass drum hi-hat pattern, and then 2 bars I'm playing the snare drum with it, and I'm switching all the time. Okay, so with and without comping. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like to practice this with this method because I have 2 bars, or every 2 bars I can check my ride cymbal pattern. Okay, and then switching back, playing with the snare drum, comping, and then back and forth. So I can check how does my ride cymbal pattern sound when there is no comping. Let's do the exact same pattern with the second ride cymbal pattern, where we play this 1 and 3 upstroke, 2 and 4 accents with this open and close, etc. motion. Okay, same thing, and this I will do a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check the third pattern. So this modern approach or Elvin Jones pattern. 2 bars without the comping pattern, 2 bars with the comping pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is very different, huh? Okay, let's check the last ride cymbal pattern where I play this full stroke kind of motion with this open, close, snap up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. and work with this approach. Choose or pick one ride cymbal pattern, pick one method or method book, and work through the material that you improve, or you're building your independence under this ride cymbal pattern motion. So I hope I could help you with these exercises. Let me know in the comments what you play for ride cymbal patterns, which style, or the drummer who plays it, and or which ride cymbal pattern you like the most, which I play. And yeah, just let me know what you think about this. Subscribe, like this video, of course, and tell the whole world that there is the greatest drum chiller. No, just joking. And yeah, see you next time with the next video, and I wish you a good, nice, great time. Bye!